Okay, y'all, there's a whole lot going on over in the UK right now. And Meghan Markle and Doria Ragland are finally standing on business. They are sick and tired of these people that have decided that they are going to lie at all costs and say the stupidest stuff for ratings. They have some woman named Carole Malone. I've never even heard of this chick. They're calling her a journalist. She is not a journalist. A journalist doesn't provide facts that have not been corroborated and spread misinformation and disinformation and then get mad when you refuse to fall for the BS.
So where's her compassion for the father who actually brought her up, who paid for her private education while her mother was in jail, who took huge care of her, and she's not seen him in the latter years. More importantly, I mean, she's not just seen him, she's like totally snubbed him.
When was her mum in jail? When was her mum in jail?
Years ago. Do you want me to give you the precise date, time? Because I haven't got it.
I've never heard that forever.
Years ago. Anyway, she. But you know, this old gentleman now could be dying. Yeah. He needs to see his.
The man that was sitting right beside her in the segment was like, "When did this happen?" And she goes, "Oh, you want specific dates and times?" Yeah, because you're a journalist. And if you know what you're talking about, you have the specific dates and times. You have all the information. This woman was trying to peddle a lie that was debunked 2 years ago off some. That's the problem with today. Any little blog site, any little person can put anything up, and other people that are stupid and want to run with a false narrative will, with no proof. The lie 2 years ago was that Doria Ragland has spent between 9 and 10 years in prison, not jail. You know, the little place you might come for a little minute and because you got a misdemeanor. No, prison. Do you know what kind of crime you have to commit to spend 9 to 10 years in prison? That's like murder, rape, sexual assault, drug offenses, burglary. Like 9 to 10 years is nothing to sneeze at. So she done missed all of Meghan's formative years, according to this woman. When did she get time to spend 9 and 10 years in prison when she was working every day as a social worker with a social worker's license that is still valid right now, doesn't run out to 2026? So this lady, this felon, never lost her social worker license and never stopped working? I guess she was working in the prison. So this woman gets an attitude because the guy beside her refuses to play along and then goes, I don't know, when I don't know. What is all that?
She's like totally snubbed him. You know,
and then she, what is all those sounds?
You know,
you are so busy trying to drag these people that you are making guttural sounds out of the bottom of your throat.
You know,
or is that the devil trying to scratch his way through your eyes?
You know,
that was completely unnecessary. Completely unnecessary. If you don't know when she was in there, you don't know the story. You don't know nothing. And now, because they were threatening to sue, she releases this hostage video.
In an episode of Britain's Newsroom on Thursday, December the 4th, 2025, I stated that Thomas Markle, the Duchess of Sussex's father, brought Meghan up while her mother, Doria Ragland, was in prison. I believe this to be the case based on what I now understand to be misinformation I had seen online. I was questioned about the validity of this claim during the broadcast, and I repeated this belief, which I now understand to be false. This was a genuine error. I accept what I have now been told on behalf of Miss Ragland, that she raised her daughter and that she has never been in prison or jail. I apologise sincerely to Miss Ragland and her family for any pain my comments may have caused, and I'm happy to set the record straight.
And can I just say on behalf of TV News, because I was on the programme that day, we all wish to apologise to Miss Ragland for the error, and we are happy to correct the record.
They took that video down within 24 hours. First of all, the Sussex spokesperson was the one who released this statement. Broadcasters have a responsibility to inform, not inflame, read a statement shared with Us Weekly. This lie was conclusively debunked more than 2 years ago, yet it continues to be recycled by irresponsible commentators, causing recurring harm. Miss Ragland proudly raised her daughter and has never been in prison. GB News did not apologize voluntarily, but only to escape a defamation lawsuit, and it speaks volumes that GB News removed any trace of that apology within 24 hours of making it. I don't know why everybody wants to paint black women as convicts no matter what country they're living in. This is by design. Now, that's all my words. The article ended. I just had to say that. I don't know what kind of clowns they have working over in the UK, but y'all need to do better, because Morley Safer would never. Harry Reasoner would never. Dan Rather would never. And y'all want to believe everything negative about Doria Ragland. This lady came from a classy family. Lives in Windsor Hills, a very nice, expensive African-American section of Los Angeles. Now, the father, on the other hand, he is exactly the opposite. And his kids are straight from the ghetto. That's Samantha, her daughter, and her daughter's grandmother. Don't even talk to her. That brother of hers is an old meth head, crackhead. He's the felon. And listen to how vile he speaks.
Meghan Markle, the shit stain of humanity. Yes, Meghan, and I hope you're watching right now. I hope you're watching, Meghan, because you are the shit stain of fucking humanity. I hope people spit in your face when they see you walking down the street. I hope, they throw human feces at you because of how you really are as a person inside.
But y'all want to elevate these people over top of her mother's side for some strange reason. I can't figure out what the reason is. Can y'all?
Your family has become internationally famous for embarrassing Meghan.
But what about the other side of Meghan's family? Her mother, Doria's side. They've stayed out of the spotlight, but after a lot of conversations, we've finally persuaded many of them to share their family history.
Thank you for coming. I'm glad you made it.
These are Meghan's cousins on her mother's side, the Raglands of Georgia. At this countryside graveyard outside Atlanta, Georgia, every tombstone in this row carries the Ragland last name, right up to Ellen and Steve Ragland. They were Meghan's fourth great-grandparents. Steve Ragland is a classic only in America story. Who could have imagined when he was born into slavery in the year 1848, his descendant would one day marry into the British royal family? Meghan's fourth great-grandfather was actually property of this slave owner, plantation owner.
Exactly.
Local historian Dorothy Tuck showed me the family tree.
Her mother, Doria Ragland.
Right.
Her grandfather is Alvin Ragland. Let's skip down to her third great-grandmother, was Texas Ann Ragland, and she was the first one to move to Los Angeles.
Sue these people, and in your settlement, make them pay your legal fees. Make them keep the apology video up in perpetuity. That's the only way you're going to stop it. That lady knew she was spewing a lie. She knew it. First of all, a felony is public information. You can't scrub a felony away. And you think that they would let Harry marry a woman whose mama is a 10-year convicted felon? You think that wouldn't have come out prior to the wedding? When they sent the most expensive private investigators to look into them. You think you'd be the sleuth that figured it out for the world? Carole Malone? You're less known than Carole Malone. And you should be ashamed of yourself. Your jealousy is bleeding through, ma'am.
I'm near the
You really should be fired because you made that network or whatever that clown place is you work lose all credibility.
Damn.